Hey everyone, today I am working on taking apart the old shower valve, and I figured I'd show you the fun that this involves. So really quick what I've done, I already took a couple handles off, fought with them, but basically there's these little caps that just press on. You kind of stick your fingernail in, pop them out. There's a screw in there. Amazingly, the screws actually came out, but now the handles are stuck. So what I'm doing is I'm wiggling them all around to try to break the corrosion. Yeah, it's just wiggling a tiny bit. So I broke the corrosion. Now it's just a matter of wiggling in all directions, pushing and pulling. To break that corrosion a little bit at a time. This one may be more stuck than the others. There we go. That one was definitely more stuck than the others. All right. So these just spin off. So at this point you could pull out the valve stems and replace them. I've tried that on a pretty much identical valve body before, and it was pretty much just a temporary solution, so I'm going to replace this whole valve assembly with a modern one. But we have to take everything apart first. Oh man. And this just unscrews. Ooh, that is nice and dirty. So I'm just going to replace this particular valve with another 3-handle valve. I would have kind of liked to put in a single handle valve, modern valve, but this shower presented some challenges. For one, there's this shelf thing in the way. There's these shelves on the side here, but this shelf is almost exactly where you'd want to have a shower valve handle. I think it's designed so a single handle valve will go up here. But another issue is this shower enclosure is not the right size. This is only a 30-inch tub, and the shower enclosure is designed for a 32-inch tub. So as you can see, the valves aren't centered on this end of the shower, which looks goofy, but this is something I don't really want to deal with replacing right now. And I was thinking of ways I could put the single valve up here and put little caps over these 3 holes, but it's going to be too much work to do that, too much effort, and it's still is going to look goofy again because it's going to be offset. It would have been offset to the left. So I think for now I'm just going to replace these shower valves. If I ever redo the bathtub area, then I can replace everything with a single handle shower valve. So I think that's going to be it for the moment. I will come back probably another day to do a whole bunch of different plumbing changes. I need to shut the water off to remove this valve, and I'm going to put some shutoff valves in while I'm at it. So again, I'll be back. It'll probably be in a few moments in this video, but it'll be a different day in reality. So thanks everyone. Alright, so we are going to continue on with our shower valve removal, and we're going to turn this into a huge plumbing project because there's a whole bunch of changes and fixes I need to make. So we're going to work on removing that shower valve. We're going to fix the toilet. It needs a new fill valve and some other work, and I will show you why, and I'll show you some things in the basement. But let me start by showing you the issue that the toilet started having. I'm going to flush it. Camera in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's water coming out along the top of the fill valve, which doesn't seem like it's right. But just wait until it starts to shut off. All right, that actually wasn't too bad. So as you saw, it turned off, turned back on, turned back off. I've also had it a lot of times recently where it does that cycle, and then after that there's like a water hammer effect that lasts anywhere from a few seconds to 15 to 30 seconds. So so we're going to need to replace that fill valve. And while we're doing that, we're going to replace the escutcheon plate down there because that old one is a little rusty. I really should have done that when I replaced the shutoff valve a while back, but I didn't have one. And let me go into the basement and show you what else is going on. And then we'll also shut off the water. So for this hot water spigot, we replaced this in a prior video, but my solder job was not good because it is dripping out of the back there. And I don't like the placement anyway. It is right next to the window. That worries me that it's going to freeze. So I'm actually going to move it over to here where I put this wood block. So that's another project. And another project that I need to do is for the outdoor spigot. A couple of things. One, this pipe needs to go in the wall, so it needs to be moved over. And also I realized this here is a shark bite fitting, and I do not trust shark bite fittings whatsoever. So we're going to replace, basically we're going to disconnect it from here and replace a section up to somewhere thereabouts, drill a hole through the top plate there, fish it through. I don't know how much I'm going to actually get done today, but we are certainly going to start. And like I said, we're going to start with the removing the shower valve. But the first things first is we need to shut off the water. And then we are going to drain the system. Both hot and cold. That water detector is going nuts already. I'm getting damp there. The water heater kicked in. Let me shut that off. Water heater's off. Let's go back upstairs. What we're going to do is we're going to open the valves to let everything really drain. Okay. Everything should be drained, so I'm gonna lower the tripod, go in the other room to get ready to cut that old shower valve out. Alright, so first let me show you what I got. I got a new shower valve here, and 3 handle, and it is going to go in installed somewhat like this. I'm putting unions on the bottom, and I'm going to have a union up to the shower portions. That way this is all removable. And down here where these joints are, I'm going to remove those joints and I'm going to put shutoff valves in the wall. So we'll have shutoff valves down at the bottom here so you can shut the water off. Unions here, so you can remove the old fixture if ever necessary, replace it, repair it. Excuse me. So we're going to start by just cutting out the old pieces here. And this camera is kind of in the way of where I'm trying to work, so I'm going to do my best here. My battery's dead. Here we go. Let me go swap my battery. Be right back. All right, new battery installed. Comes right out. So next we get to do some soldering. Let me get some tools. I'll be right back. All right. So to start, I'm going to put this behind there. And that is a flame protector cloth. And I'm going to unsolder this, and then I'm going to unsolder these lower ones. I don't need the cloth down here because we're against a metal bathtub. stubborn. All right. So I'm going to give those some time to cool, and then I'm going to clean them up, and then I will move on to the next step. All right, so it's time to clean these up. I'm going to use some emery cloth. And this is going to be a little tough on this front side. Try my plastic cleaner. So I'd really like to get down to the bare copper and remove all of the old solder that's on there. I think we're actually doing pretty good on the back side. Man, this camera is right in my way. See how we're doing for getting our fitting to slip on. Now the fitting slips on. Alright, well, we're going to hope that that is good. So next I'm going to prepare my fitting. I'm just running it on a little brush. Digging through my solder kit here. Next we're going to use some solder paste. Brush that on both ends of the fitting, or both the pipe and the fitting, I should say, really. Okay. Oops. Just unrolling some solder here. I'm going to get things so they don't move on me. Hoping that'll work. And these are tight orders, so let's see what we can do here. This should be the hardest joint on the system, so yeah, I was worried about that. And now that's all full of goo because it fell down. Please hold. All right, so I got a temporary janky holder here. Basically a spare piece of pipe. Just lightly pressing up against that so it hopefully won't fall when I heat it up. And I've heard of a plumber's trick where you can squeeze the pipe a bit and it'll keep that from falling off, but I don't like that idea, so we're gonna do this. Hopefully that's enough to take care of it. I'll inspect it a little better after it cools. I'm going to pause for a bit. Alright, so I've been trying to clean up these lower pipes for a good while now, and I think I've got it the best I can. I got them fluxed up. I got the threaded pieces on there that I need, so I'm gonna try to solder this up and see how it goes. Seems like I'm just almost out of gas here. Well, it seems like it took solder pretty well. Sounds like I'm out of gas. Let me change my tank. All right, tank changed. It seemed like it took solder pretty well too. So once those two cool, I can throw some shut-off valves on them and see if it holds pressure. This upper one, I've inspected it the best I can. Hopefully it's okay. It's tough to tell if there's any in the back like it's supposed to. And this one we can't really test until we put everything together. So let's go work on the basement. All right, so this one should be a little easier to work on without the camera being in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean the pipe before I cut it. It's a lot easier to clean while it's supported than while it's not. We're actually going to cheat a little bit. We're going to reuse this piece of pipe that's already got some mounting ears on the back. And we're going to mount it behind this board and wherever it needs to go to match up with the height and distance of that valve. Let me go grab a couple of parts. I'll be back. All right. So we're going to cut this. Just eyeballing it. Should work. So we need to deburr. Actually, let's use my other tool. Pretty good. Actually, I'm going to need to grab a level and be right back. All right, so I kind of measured things off camera, got everything kind of positioned and ready, and I think we are going to put some solder paste on everything. I already chamfered the insides of all these pipes. Just getting everything seated, getting everything lined up. I think that'll work. So let's start with this elbow. A little messy on the one, but not terrible. like the looks of that. So I'm going to give that a few minutes to cool. I'm going to pull the old valve off so I can put it over there. Once that cools, we will screw that to the wall. I'll be back. Alright, I didn't record it mounting it to the wall because it was a little fiddly, but that looks pretty good. So off camera, this is nice and cool now. Put some Teflon tape on the valve. It feels like it's sticking out a lot further, but I don't think it is. No, it's really not. Alright, let's close that, got that closed. I say let's go upstairs and put some valves on the bathtub. Alright, so we need to throw some Teflon tape on these. So I'm going to try a trick that I've heard about. Since it's such tight quarters, I'm going to take my Teflon tape and I'm going to wrap it around this is just my interior tubing cutter, removing the burrs. And I'm going to wrap some up on here. Now, in theory, I can just wrap it around this. Well, that works nice. It's a valid trick. Works well. Maybe I should put a little more on that one. Okay, so for the valves, I'm going to install them this way because I should have room to shut them off in the wall that way. Oh boy. I'll take the handle off of this one. Give me some extra room to spin it on. Oh yeah, that's tight. Sorry, tight quarters again. That is nice and tight. Go. Yeah, this one I got nice and plenty of wiggle room, so should need to take the handle off. for ease of installation, maybe I should have taken the handle off. All right. So I think one last thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna replace that cover on the not the bathtub, the toilet. All right, so this should be hopefully quick. For simplicity, since we're going to replace the fill valve, I'll take the hose off. Give me a few minutes, I'm going to remove that off camera, the old pipe dope. Alright, and just in case you wonder how I do that, I use a little wire brush and kind of rub it over the threads, and it will break up all of the old Teflon tape. New plastic cover. The old one is pretty nasty. And we're going to use this new Teflon tape trick on this pipe. Alright, that valve is closed. I'm leaving the sink open to purge air. Actually, let me take you off the tripod. So got that valve closed for the toilet. The sink is open to purge air. Here we got our new shutoff valves off. In the basement we have that off, and that off. So let's turn the water back on. We'll start slowly. Let's go upstairs. Make sure no water's spewing out everywhere. Alright. Crack this. Let's see, nothing dripping. Crack it open a tiny bit. Let the air out. No drips. Alright, we'll let those pressures soak for a little while. At low pressure. Alright, we'll let all that pressure soak for a while, and we'll leave the valve only partially cracked open. And if all looks good, I'll turn the valve on full in a while and make sure there's no more leaks. So I think that'll do it for this video. It's gotten quite long. So thanks for watching, everyone.